The Cleveland training ground is buzzing with energy once again, and the full team is out there pushing their limits as they prepare for the next big game. All eyes are on one position right now, the quarterback spot. After last week's loss, Shedeur Sanders is back with the first team, and he's training harder than ever. From the very first snap, Shedeur's presence is impossible to ignore. His body language, pure confidence. His throws, nothing short of perfection. Sharp, crisp, and on target. This isn't just practice for him. It's an opportunity to prove he's the one. The competition is fierce, but Shedeur, he's keeping his cool. While others might crack under the pressure, he's making it clear that he belongs in the QB1 conversation. It all starts with the basics, the group warm-ups, getting the blood flowing and muscles loose. But it's when he moves into individual drills that things start to heat up.
Cleveland training ground is buzzing with energy once again, and the full team is out there, pushing their limits as they prepare for the next big game.
The moment Shedeur entered those one-on-one drills with the receivers, it was obvious he wasn't just going through the motions. Each throw was perfectly placed. No matter if the receiver was nearby or deep down the field, his accuracy was flawless. There was no doubt in his mechanics, no overthinking, just smooth, sharp throws. He didn't depend solely on power. His timing, finesse, and comprehension of the play stood out with every drop back. When the first team reps came up, Shedeur Sanders really began to set himself apart from the competition. Any lingering doubts about his potential were wiped away during this part of practice. Every pass he threw was purposeful. He wasn't just launching the ball, but instead he was reading the defense, making rapid decisions, and delivering with pinpoint accuracy. The real jaw-dropper came when Shedeur unleashed an absolute masterpiece. With the pocket closing in, he sidestepped the pressure with a quick move, reset his feet, and fired a deep strike down the sideline perfectly into his receiver's hands in perfect stride. The timing, the touch, the accuracy. It was the textbook definition of a quarterback's highlight throw. Then he kept it rolling with a series of flawless throws. Shedeur was in the zone, delivering passes like they were effortless, each one landing softly and perfectly into his receiver's grasp, smooth, accurate, and uncatchable. Every pass seemed like it was on a mission, zeroing in on its target, and it was clear that no defense could touch these throws. Shedeur's next move was a masterstroke in misdirection. As the pocket began to collapse, he kept his composure, taking a step back to make the defense believe they had him trapped. But here's the kicker. Shedeur made a subtle, nearly invisible hand movement to fake one way, throwing off the defenders and buying himself that crucial extra fraction of a second. When the next throw came, it was even more impressive. Surrounded by defenders, each one jostling for position and the pocket closing in, Shedeur found himself in a tough spot. Most quarterbacks would have tried to force a throw or risk a hit, but Shedeur stayed unfazed. Instead of panicking or scrambling, he noticed something others missed. The defense was so caught up in the chaos around him that they lost track of his receiver. With a quick scan of the field, Shedeur saw his man positioned perfectly on the far left, ready to break free. Shedeur Sanders didn't just rely on his arm, he showcased his footwork and composure under pressure. In the next rep, he found himself in a tight spot, with the pocket collapsing and defenders closing in. There was no room to make a clean throw. But instead of forcing a pass or taking a sack, Shedeur did something most quarterbacks struggle with in such situations. He bought himself time without losing focus. With pressure coming from all directions, Shedeur remained calm. He quickly assessed the situation and without hesitation pivoted to his left. It wasn't a scramble to escape, it was a calculated move to get a better view of the field. By shifting laterally, he cleared the clutter around him, opening up a clear line of sight beyond the chaos. Shedeur Sanders wasn't done showcasing his versatility. He took it up a notch with some sneaky moves that really demonstrated just how well-rounded his game is. In one particular rep, things took a turn for the unexpected, and it left everyone on the field, including the coaches, stunned. Shedeur received the snap, but instead of firing a throw, he pulled off a move no one saw coming. Without a moment's hesitation, he placed the ball into the hands of a defensive tackle standing beside him. Yeah, you heard that right, a defensive tackle. It wasn't a mistake. It was all part of the plan. The tackle, now with the ball, took off down the field, weaving through traffic and using his momentum to make a run for the end zone. But that wasn't the end of it. The final rep of the day was a moment that's sure to stick with everyone. Shedeur Sanders was under intense pressure. The defense was all over him, closing in from every direction, and it seemed like there was nowhere for him to go. The pocket was collapsing fast, defenders flooding in from all sides, and the tension was palpable. It was one of those critical, high-stakes moments, and this is where Shedeur truly shined. Despite the overwhelming pressure, he didn't lose his cool. He calmly scanned the field, and while his receiver was within range, there was a huge risk, a possible interception. The window was tight, and any mistake could have resulted in a turnover. Shedeur Sanders had an exceptional day at first-team practice, solidifying his place as QB1 and proving why he's the leader the team needs. From the moment he took the field, his presence was undeniable. His throws were precise, his decision-making sharp, and his ability to read the defense flawless. Every rep showcased his skill and his command over the game, confirming that he's more than ready to take on any challenge. Under pressure, Shedeur remained calm and collected, effortlessly navigating tight situations and making throws with pinpoint accuracy. His poise and confidence were evident, proving that he's not just capable, but fully equipped to handle the responsibility of being the starting quarterback. With the Cleveland team now turning their focus to the Tennessee Titans, Shedeur is more than ready to lead the charge. His performance in practice has shown that he can handle the heat, and when it's game time, he'll bring everything he's got. Shedeur Sanders is locked in, and he's ready to take on the Titans with full force and determination. The stage is set, and Shedeur is ready to shine as QB once again. So, what do you think? Can Shedeur Sanders carry this momentum into the game against the Tennessee Titans? Do you believe he's fully ready to take on the pressure of being QB1, or do you think there's still something he needs to prove? How do you feel about his performance in practice today? Was it everything you expected, or did he exceed your expectations? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about Shedeur's readiness and what he'll bring to the field this week.